You are welcome to the Wealthy Continent channel, a channel dedicated to the great people and continent of Africa. Remember, it is not the place that determines the status of the people. Rather, it is the people that determines the status of the place. Today, I'm going to be looking at the beauty and dignity of labor. Everything that we have seen around the world, around us, that is working, they were all a product of labor. And I believe you would have heard the word, we're going to eradicate poverty. We're going to elevate poverty in areas. I believe you've heard those words from leaders, from people within the continent. I'd like us to know that it is possible to do this, but it's not possible to do it without the beauty and the dignity of labor. Every result that we see today, every efficiency, effectiveness in places today, they are all a product of intelligent, deliberate labor. There's no place that is better than the other. It is the input of people that makes a difference. The way people have decided that this is what we want, this is what we want to see around us. This is what we want to see around our society. This is how we want to live. That is where the input begins to come in. The narrative in our society can change from where it is today to where we want to see it become. Now, when it comes to labor, we have to understand something. The greatest influence or asset of any place are the people. Human capital is the greatest asset. So when we look at human capital, we have to look at what is the contribution of people. We have to understand input and output of a place. When it comes to poverty, poverty is not just giving people money. That's not going to solve the problem. Somebody who is in poverty cannot see within himself and outside himself what can be done. The person can't see beyond what is happening. The person can't see what can be used around him to change the story. So poverty has to do with the person, the people. Poverty has to do with ensuring that people increase their level of intelligence, their level of education, their character, the way they do things, their level of input in the society. This is what will change our society from where it is to where it should be. Now, you would have also had people say, I've come out of school, I don't have a job, it's been 5 years, it's been 4 years, it's been 10 years, I don't have a job. They say, I don't have money. And I want you to know that a job would put money into your hands. It may not put all the money you want in your hands, but a job will cure penury. But when it comes to poverty, it's a state of mind. It's a state of a person. It takes more than money to change the story of poverty within our society. I want us to know that work was designed to be part of our life. It is practically involved in our day-to-day living. And when we talk about work, there will always be work. As long as there's human beings on this planet, or human beings in our community or our continent, there will always be work, because there will be always something to do. Whether it's cooking, meeting people's needs, driving, cleaning, the day-to-day things, whether it's efficiency, whether it's providing a service, an experience, a service, there will always be work. Now, there may not be always jobs, but there will always be work. Now, when we talk about a job, is somebody saying to you, okay, I need your service, I need your input. These are the terms of agreement. This is how much I'm going to pay. Then the person is engaged. But if you don't get what you want in terms of a job, there will always be work. Now, some people have channeled their work into a business. Some people have channeled their work into a service. Some people have channeled their work into create an experience for others. And we have to understand this. As long as we understand this as a people and embrace the beauty and dignity of labor, we'll continue to change the narrative. Because this affects not only us mentally, it affects us spiritually, it affects us mentally, it affects us socially, it affects us morally. We won't be going around with a cap in our hands meeting anybody, because there is dignity in labor. When it comes to work, and if somebody is not employing you, you can employ yourself. You can go into business for yourself. You can see a business as a craft that you have to learn. And when we talk about learning a craft, it's going to take time. You are going to develop your potentials. You develop your skills. You will meet with people. You will go into the school of hard knocks. You will have experience. You will get disappointment from people, because not everybody is like you. Not everybody will set up a standard like you. People will disappoint you. People will let you down. You will get to understand the needs of the people. You will get to understand how to meet their needs. You will get to understand how to balance the books. You will get to understand how to make profit. So going into business will not just grow you as a person, it will grow the business. And we mustn't forget, you must first serve the business before the business serves you. You must first give to the business before the business gives back to you. So in going to business, in engaging yourself, you are going to grow. Mentally, you are going to grow. You are going to grow in dealing with people. You will develop business skills. You will develop character. People will know you for who you are, will know your product. So going into business will grow you. Now, when we talk about a job, some people define a job as just over broke. I don't agree with that, because the person who is employing you needs your service, needs your input, and that person is paying you. Whatever agreement you have made in terms of payment, that is what you have agreed to. Now, it may not be the perfect job that you want, but see it as a transition. See it as a place where you are going to learn something. Somebody who is paying you knows some things that you don't know. So place a demand on yourself, not just to do the bare minimum. Go beyond the call of duty, improve the place, learn from the place, gain experience, review things and say, what can I contribute? One of the things I learned growing up was that whatever it is that you know how to do, or whatever it is that you have developed yourself to know how to do, nobody can take it from you. So when it comes to a job, know that this is what you agreed. You can now increase the value. You can bring value to the table by servicing people better, by providing service to people, servicing the needs around you, and you will improve things. So when it comes to a job, some people will tell you that I don't need your skill. Just come, I will train you on what to do. Some people need semi-skilled people. Some people need skilled people. Some people need specialists. So there are categories of people that will be employed when it comes to a job. But a job will solve your money problem. When it comes to I don't have money, you will have something. It may not be enough. We're going to be looking at how to manage money when the time comes. But a job will put something in your hand. A job will help you develop your potential as well and experience. While growing up, one of the things that I'm ever grateful for was the work ethic I was introduced to as a child. Growing up in my household, my mom doesn't want to know whether you are a girl or a boy. You have to know how to clean the house. We started with chores. You have to know how to cook. You have to know how to go to the market to buy things for the family. You have to know how to negotiate. All these things I learned when I was growing up. Also, as I started developing, one of the things that my parents did for me that I'm ever grateful for was that they didn't restrict me. I looked after dogs. My dogs looked after chickens. I had fishes. I had parrots. I went into looking after guinea pigs. And when I was in secondary school, when I finished my first junior exam, I told my parents, I don't just want to sit at home. I want to do something. So I told them I'll go to the tailor. We called them tailor in those days. Tailor, and learn how to sew. I went there, learned something, learned how people live, the people I worked with. Then at a certain time again, during my school times, I was close to my agricultural science teacher. And I saw how he looked after the chickens, the feed, and I gained experience from there as well. I was part of the team that looked after this. The first partnership business I did was a poultry business. Because of the information, the experience I was exposed to, I gained information, I gained experience, and I was able to do it for myself. After I finished exam again, I spoke to my dad. I said, you are in the construction industry. I don't know anything about construction, but let me come and work for you as a laborer. Pay me my wages. Whatever it is that you will pay a normal laborer, pay it to me. I went there and got exposed as well. Remember, the work ethic that I was introduced to from childhood has been playing a vital role growing up. Then another time came, I finished exam as well. One of my friend's parents had a restaurant and I wanted to work there. So I told my parents, I said, while waiting for my result, I can get engaged there. My dad took me there, saw the place, so it was okay for me. I learned one or two things there. After that, I went into agriculture and started using a land that was available to me to grow things. Then after that, I went into construction, building shops, then ran a business from scratch. Now, my work ethics that I was introduced to right from my youthful season helped to play an important role. Why have I shared this? I want to encourage parents in the house. I want to encourage aunties, uncles, grandparents to ensure that the next generation, we introduce them to the beauty and the dignity of labor. It will develop them as a people, it will develop them as individuals, and they'll be great contributors to our society. I've been getting value from this video. I'd like you to consider subscribing to this channel, clicking the like button, and sharing with others. Remember, a candle does not lose its value by giving light to others. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time.